Hello and welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today we're going to finally explore the Golgari exploration deck. You might have heard me talk about it before, but you know that I have a somewhat I have a big dislike for A and A plus B decks. Now again to reiterate, these are decks that you want to run you want to run a certain amount of a card or a mechanic and a card that benefits or plays around the mechanic. If you've watched me in my quick play, I tried doubling down on the A plus B putting it putting in a lot of the cards that give you big benefits from Explore. And what I found out, it was really bad. It turns out the only really good payoff for Explore is Wild Growth Walker. Comes down cheap, comes down early, just in time for you to benefit from Explores. The other one, Lurking Chupacabra, 4 to cast. 2/3 gives target creature -2/-2. It's quite decent in some certain matchups, but the problem is those are not the matchups we're running into. Also, at 4 man's kind of late. So we decided to go with a different kind of payoff called Winding Constrictor. And this one is a very and this one does play very well with Explore, even if it doesn't have the Explore itself. So that's what we're running. You've also noticed that we're running a slight Saproling package here. And the reason is because we need additional avenues for drawing cards. We are running Tendershoot Dryads anyway, and we're kind of depending on Path of Discovery, so this gives us a little extra reach. Our sideboard has copies of Saproling Migration. I could have gone the full Saproling plan by adding the Saproling Lord and Yavimaya Sapherd, but for the time being, I opted not to. The cast down originally was in the main deck. I put it in the sideboard along with Fatal Push. I opted instead for Vicious Offering. It's generally because it'll generally hit anything for the most part. Problem I had with cast down was when there are still decks that actually run a decent number of legendaries, so I couldn't depend it too much on it. At least with Vicious Offering, worst case scenario, I I cast it. I either have to sacrifice a creature or I cast it and I have to take take out the opposing creature in combat. At least there's some flexibility there. The Path of Discovery is quite crucial, but you don't want to run 4 copies of this. Basically, we're trying to take as much advantage of the Explore as a bonus in itself. We're trying to, forgive the pun, explore how well Explore works. And this is pretty much the last shot I'm going to give Explore. So I'm going to head over to competitive constructed. So we're gonna see how well we do here. Otherwise, all the creatures generally are beneficial on their own. They all come into with a certain ability. They all bring something to the table. I'm not completely dependent on the Explore package. The only exception are the Wild Growth Walkers, and maybe the Winding Constrictor. Anyway, that's it for this quick pre-game update. If you like what you see, please don't forget to like and subscribe and enable notifications. I keep forgetting to say that. And do let me know how well the sound quality is working out this time. And we're gonna proceed to competitive constructed shortly. So thank you very much for watching. See you shortly.